Hello class, in this PowerPoint presentation I'm going to go over graphing in Excel, the ABO blood types that we have discussed in our actual computer lab. Some students expressed some interest in going over this again, so I thought putting it online would be a great way to let you guys go back over the data and the graphing exercise at your own leisure. I'll introduce the data to be graphed, then we'll create a data table in Excel. Then I'll teach you in Excel how to insert the chart or graph. We'll add titles and axis labels, which are very important. And then I'll teach you how to save and print the graph. So again, here's our data. We have our ethnicity at the top: Caucasian, African American, Hispanic, and Asian. Down the left side of our table are the blood types. And then filling in the table are the percentages of which ethnicity has that blood type. With that being said, we'll head over to Excel. Now that we're in Excel, we're going to go ahead and fill in our data table that our chart or graph will be made from. I always start in the left top corner just to keep it simple. Across the top here, we're going to put our ethnicities. Now, as you can see, our writing goes beyond what the Excel columns actually allows. So you can do this but two ways to make this all fit. You can either drag these bars, or I simply like to just double click on that column heading and it will expand or contract the actual column heading so that our data fits. Down the side, we have all of the blood types. Now, for time's sake, I've gone ahead and created a data table for us and filled it all in so that all we have to do is now make the graph. To do that, we're simply going to highlight the entire data table, including the titles, go to the Insert tab, go to the column. Since for this data it would best be represented in a bar graph. Now, it's important to understand that not all data in science is best represented in a bar graph. Actually, later on when you are in college courses and such, you really won't use too many bar graphs. You'll use more of these scatter plots or line graphs because your data will get a little more complicated and you'll have to show things such as trends and terms that you'll learn about later. But I just want to make you understand that not all the time you'll be using columns. For now, we're just going to use a simple 2D chart. And as you can see, Excel pretty much does all the work for us. However, I asked you to also include the chart title and some axis titles. And the chart that it made for us is a little too simple. So what we're going to do is go up under this chart layouts, click on this, and we're going to try to look for a layout that includes all of the things that we want. So let's see. If you click on them, you'll see it changes. Now this is nice, but it took away our legend. So we really don't know what those bars mean, do we? We only see that it allows us to put a chart title and axes, but we wouldn't really know what the bars stand for. So let's go back up here and look again. And let's choose this one here. Looks pretty good. There we go. It actually lets us keep our legend. So let's go in here and change our title. You simply just click in there and then highlight the words, and we'll put something like that. Over here we can put percentage. Down here we can put, this is our ABO blood type. Okay, so now this chart looks pretty good. What I'm going to do is actually save it to another sheet just for simplicity's sake and just so that we have nothing but the graph here. Now, I've also asked for you to include a brief summary of what your graph or chart is representing. So, I would like you to print out this graph. So to do that, you would click on the outside border of it, notice if you click out here, the graph is not highlighted. So if you were to print right now, if you had other data over here, it would print the whole thing, which we're not really interested anymore. Right now, all I want is the graph. So you want to make sure that your graph is highlighted, and then you go up here to the circle, and then you would simply choose print, and then print your graph, or save as, and then save it as to what you would like it saved to. If you want it saved to your flash drive, if you want it saved to your desktop, you choose it from there. Okay, so now back to the PowerPoint presentation. The colors don't show up on this PowerPoint, but this was what the finished product actually looked like. And now, what I'd like for you to do is actually interpret what your graph is showing. This is the most important part. The graph, its function is to illustrate what the data represents. But you need for your audience to be able to look at this graph and say, it looks here like O positive is by far the most common blood type. And obviously, AB negative is the least popular of the blood groups. So, to finish off your assignment, you'll write one short paragraph describing what your graph shows. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Good luck!